A small size week. You're not trading a whole lot, as you shouldn't be. Right? You're just taking it slow, taking it easy. And so that's the goal for today as well. You know, it's going to be the slowest day of the week. Friday, I still don't know if I'm going to be trading or not. It might be the same as today where I just kind of come in and we'll see what we have. If we do find something, then we'll play it. But that's about it, you know. Just got to be smart and have proper expectations. Unfortunately, and I wish that we could come into the market and pull a play out of our rear end every day, but you know, sadly, we're kind of at the whim of the market here, and you know, whether or not the market provides is kind of what we're waiting for. All right, so top setups today. Let's go ahead and go over it. Right now, I am looking at CNSP still. CNSP is my top watch into the open today. And again, if the sound ever does go out, please just let me know and we'll move over to Zoom. Let me read the chat real quick. You'll put up your wiener since you're not on Zoom. Oh my goodness. Oh, brand new traders who watch too many TikTokers showing. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. That really is the problem. There's this false expectation that's set online, and people think they can come in and make 100% gains every day. What they don't see is the weekly drawdowns, the monthly drawdowns. There are times where you will have a red month or a red week. Trading is not for the faint of heart. It's going to happen at some point. I'm not saying it is right now, but I'm saying if people freak out as much as they have on a holiday week, I cannot even fathom what they would go through mentally if they actually had a weekly drawdown or some month-long drawdown. I cannot even begin to imagine what they would go through mentally. That'd be a mess. It'd be a mess, but it's part of trading, and it just happens, and that's why you've got to adhere to your rules. Whenever we've got our 3 strike days, you've just got to adhere to that and move on from it. All right, AMIX here going kind of crazy. Take a look at AMIX. This thing looks pretty dang good, and it's got a nice range all the way to about $2 here on its pre-market high break of 120. So AMIX here has range to about 2, and it looks pretty good. You've got 180 and 2 here, as it does move closer to its 50-day moving average on the daily. So not a bad look here at all. If you want to watch for pullbacks off of VWAP on this, you could get a really, really nice trade here. And I'm actually going to be watching this one pretty close on AMIX for the pullbacks to VWAP here, guys. Right now we're trading at 144. I want to be playing it off 133. Watch the dips on this into the 140 area. Taking some here at 143, risking 130 with about a quarter size here, which is roughly 13 cents a share of risk. Looking for a curl off VWAP for the range here up to the 170, 180, and 2s. And again, this is on AMIX, yes. AMIX. And again, just a quarter size. Nothing crazy, very, very small size here, looking for follow through off of VWAP. Looking for the range to 160, 170, 180-ish. If we can find buyers off these pullbacks to VWAP here. I've got a quarter size risking about 13 cents a share. Looking for buyers off of VWAP. Ticker is AMIX. Need to see it hold off the 134, 133 area. Which means really we can actually risk more like 10 cents a share if you want to keep it a little bit tighter off like 133. That might be the better route. Here we go, 146 and 147. Going ahead and selling a half up here to de-risk the trade in full. Again, I've sold a half up here at 150 to de-risk the trade in full. Already a quick 80 bucks on the trade here. Already a quick 80 bucks on the trade. Super tiny size again that I'm trading with today. So don't get too greedy with it. Do not get too greedy. This is now a risk-free trade on AMIX because of the scale there. So worst case, we'll be out with profit. I've got 40% left now in AMIX at 150. Again, I've got 40% left in AMIX. So worst case, if we do not get the move higher here on this, at least we're out with no loss. Make sure, please, that you're managing your risk. Do not get greedy. It gave you a perfect opportunity to take some profit up there at the 150s. If we do not get a move higher, then at least we'll be out with no loss. But again, we've got range here to 170 and 180, so I want to see if we can't get that move. If we can't again, then I'll be out with 0 loss. Let's see what it does off the 133. If it does not hold off 133, I will be out break even, essentially. So far holding up the 90 MA. Again, if it does not follow through, I will be out break even. Thanks to the scales up there at 150. Curling back to 137. Again, this needs to hold off of 133. Notice how I'm de-risking these trades so well here in pre-market to ensure that we don't take unnecessary losses today. Out for now on AMIX for literally a 0 P&L. Break even. So what I did there is we sold half our position at 1-to-1 risk to reward and made it a risk-free trade. It's that easy. Like we said, we had roughly 10 cents per share of risk from 133 or 143 risking 133. We got to move to 152, sold 60% to make it risk-free so that if it does come back and hit my stop loss, I'm out with 0 loss. And in that case there, we were able to take 0 loss in the trade. Yes, we were up 80 bucks and that's okay, but we had a lot more range there and I wanted to see if we couldn't get any follow through. I'm out with no pain. I'm out with no pain, no loss. But that one's not following through. Unfortunately, that was a great setup though. But we traded it well. Traded it well. So again, 0 loss on it. Top setup aside from that, though, is going to be on CNSP. I want to be watching that one there off of VWAP out of the open, off of 272. As long as it can hold, which it seems to be trying to here, it wouldn't take a whole lot for buyers to come back in and circle back to take that back up into the 340s. So I'd be watching for dip entries on CNSP around this area. If you can get something in the low 290s, maybe under 290, risking 270, I feel like you'd be set up pretty nicely for the open. Definitely be watching that. And I'm watching that one off of VWAP at 270 currently, which right now it's at 293 off the pullbacks and seems to be holding up super, super well. So that's one of my top watches here going into the open today as well. Audio gone. Are you kidding me? Is it really? Is it really? Let me try leaving, come back and see if it still works. Hold on. All right, who has sound and who does not? Let me know in chat real quick if you can. Give me a few seconds of your time and just let me know who has sound. Okay. All right. Y'all freaked me out there for a second. I'm really hoping Discord works today because if not, that's going to be the nail in the coffin for the day. If you did miss, I don't know where I had audio at, but on AMIX, though, that was a break-even trade. I'm not sure if you guys had audio for that trade or not. All right. Anyways. So CNSP, we're watching off of VWAP, off the 270. Looking for pullbacks on that. As mentioned, anything in the low 290s is great. If you can watch for some nice pullbacks, it gave you a nice little pullback entry there down into the lower 280s about a few minutes ago. That's really the only gapper that I see right now that actually looks halfway decent, unfortunately, but it is one for us to watch. Am I sharing my screen? I am not. I had to restart. Let me go ahead and get it back up. Now it is. There we go. All right. But right now, CNSP is top watch into the open today. It's the only gapper that I see that I really care too much for. VVPR has no upside range. ZCAR, I do not like. AMIX, we tried to play. We had plenty of range there and a great setup, but overall it was a break even on that trade. DOYU, we played this morning for a win from 1650 to 1750. But I don't know that I love it for today either. It's setting up tight into the bell, but you know, I guess you do have range on it. So I guess if we break up through pre-market highs, you might be able to actually get a decent watch on this over 1750. So we can do that today over 1750. You've got range here to about the 20s, so we can do that. DOYU over Pre-market highs, we'll say 1760 to keep it easy. Aside from that, though, not much. We also were watching Tesla today on the watch list. Tesla already hit targets this morning in pre-market. It gapped up quick. So there's going to be no opportunity for us on Tesla today either, which sucks because I was really wanting to play Tesla today, but it made the move so stinking early that it pretty much stole the opportunity from us. So it is what it is. All right. I believe we have gone through every gapper that I really cared to go over. I don't really care to play any larger names today. Reason being, holiday tomorrow, market's likely to be a bit choppy and sideways today. I don't really want to get stuck playing sideways crap. All right. So, top setups to watch, CNSP, DOYU. Let me get up the nightly watch list. If the sound does go out again, let me know, and we'll just go ahead and switch. I'm not going to deal with the Discord issues today. Let's see. So Tesla was on the list, but we're not going to be playing that. We've got OPTT on the list as well that I wanted to play today, but a bit of a weak open in pre. We also have ANVS to watch today, which we played yesterday in the afternoon, did really, really well on. I do want to watch this today. Initially, I wanted to watch this today over $9, but we're kind of hovering over that here, but I do want to wait at least for some added confirmation before we do take this entry here this morning. So I want to wait until we find buyers after the open. If we do find buyers after open, then I do want to be potentially watching this one for an entry today. Aside from that, though, I mean, really my top watch is going to be CNSP. Not much else looks great. CNSP is a really, really good look off these dips, though, to VWAP here. And, I mean, it looks really nice. And you've got about 15 minutes until the bell as well. I really wouldn't mind taking an entry down here on CNSP risking VWAP. It's a good look. It's a good look off the little triple bottom here for the range back up into the lower threes. So definitely one for you guys to be looking at here off these pullbacks to 290 and below. As long as it can maintain over VWAP there at 270, then you've got that range back up into, 325 and 340 going into the open today. Just make sure, again, I'm going to make it clear again that today is the day before the 4th. I know most of you are aware of that. Some of you might not be. Some of you might not know what that means, and you might say, well, the market's open, so why do we care? Well, it's because a lot of people go on vacation, and the volume in the market is going to be suffering. I mean, it's pretty severe. I mean, this week it's already been suffering quite a bit as far as opportunity goes, volume goes, follow-through has been horrible. So you're going to see that today amplified times 10. The market closes early today as well because people are going on vacation, wrapping up for the week. So volume is going to be light, which means make sure you're sizing small today. Don't expect the moon today. These are risk-off days. You saw in pre-market I traded with a 6th size. Never do I trade with a 6th size. But it's a holiday week. I didn't even really want to trade today because of the volume we saw yesterday and Monday, but that's why I'm going to be trading small today. So likely a half size after the bell today for me, if not a 3rd size after the bell for me, because I was trading with a 6th in pre-market. So we'll kind of play it by ear and see what we have got, but that's kind of how today's probably going to go. Holiday day or holiday eve day, and likely to be pretty slow. So whatever you do, just be smart and have proper expectations. Do not blow up this week. There's no reason to, as long as you stick to your rules. That's all you can do. Now we've got about 10 minutes until the bell. And we don't have too many setups to be watching here. We do have ANVS I need to put on the list here. ANVS to watch. I don't really want to watch it off 9 here anymore. I kind of want to watch it more so over... I may watch it more so over 950 instead. So I'm going to adjust that a little bit there just so we get back up into that front side. Right now we have broken structure here a little bit to the downside below VWAP. So I do want to get back above 950 for a possible play after the open. But right now I'm not a fan. So we'll look at ANVS today. I liked it a lot yesterday. I got a really good play on it in after hours yesterday where we played it from 9.17 all the way to about $11 a share. And we're going to be watching that one again today. It looks good. The news yesterday was good. The headline was nice. So maybe we can get some nice opportunity out of that one today too. Make sure you are still watching these pullbacks on CNSP as well. That is my personal favorite going into the bell today for the range to 340, maybe 360. Let me check and make sure there's sound. Okay, good. There's still sound. CNSP off of VWAP. So we're going to be watching that one off of like 270-ish area. But again, I just want to keep on repeating myself that today is the day before a holiday. I said a million times yesterday, people still cannot grasp their head around it. People expect the moon still on a holiday week. Look, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. So trade small today. Be responsible. If anything, come in today, learn a thing or two. If it's a small day, if it's a break-even day, if it's a no-trade day, then that's what it'll be. But proper expectations make money. Improper expectations, you're going to blow up. And make sure, too, that if you are new, you have gone through the Start Here channels first, that you've gone through broker setup to make sure that your platform is ready to go and you can actually follow along properly. And make sure you've also gone through the Read Before Starting channels and all of those as well. We've got about 8 minutes until the open here. Sitting back watching CNSP. I'm watching ANVS. Feel like we're going to be doing a lot of watching today. Right now, so far this morning, I've got a win, I've got a very small loss, and I've got a break-even trade on AMIX. So a very minimal morning so far, but the loss we had this morning was extremely tiny. We already stopped. We had already trimmed some profit as well. So the loss was actually much smaller than the smaller win that we had as well. So either way, I'm calling today kind of sideways so far. But I'm hoping after the open we can find some good opportunity. Like I said, I'm watching CNSP closely into the open here. No entry as of right now, but I am watching it off these dips. If we do start to find some buyers, possibly look for an entry. Risking that 270. I want to see some buyers start to pick it up off VWAP first, and then I'll take me an entry to take into the bell. But right now, I'm just sitting here waiting. Then I'll toss up me an alert here and let y'all know. Currently testing off VWAP here at 275. Let me go ahead and get all of my charts pulled up here as well. Make sure you do the same. There are not too many for us to pull up today. There's only 3. There are only 3 to pull up. Again, it's going to be a little bit slow. Probably a lot of bit slow. Make sure your priority today is de-risking the trades that you're in, not being greedy. And again, make sure that you have taken the time to get all of your charts pulled up. Do not wait until after the open to get everything pulled up. We've got about 5 minutes, and I'm hoping the Discord audio keeps on working because I do not want to have to switch over in the last 5. But let's have a good day today. I've got a good feeling about it. Just got to keep an eye on these 3 gappers that we do have. or the one gap we do have, followed by the two that we're looking for some continuation on. Kind of crossing my fingers, hoping that we can find some buyers to circle back to our gapper here on CNSP so we can actually play something here. If not, it's going to probably fade pretty hard at the bell and leave us with no opportunities. Looks like the warning I'm seeing in chat, that's likely to be their internet connection. If you guys do not have sound, it's likely to be, well, you can't even hear what I'm saying right now if that's the case, but probably a network issue or something like that. All right, we are getting close here. About 4 minutes left. 3.5. 3 now. Wait a few minutes after open for these things to set up. I'm really looking forward to CNSP as long as I can find buyers out of the open. Followed by DOYU if we can get the break of pre-market highs.